Hello, everyone. This is Nick G454 and
Mike D, 3213 here.
And today is the 2020 offensive lineman draft prospects. Look, not very exciting, but a lot of teams do need offensive linemen. It starts at the line, ends in the line. Me being a former lineman during my younger years when I used to play is important. And these guys are the basic necessity of what starts a team.
Both sides of the football.
Yeah. So let's start with this. We're going to start with the offensive tackles. There's a lot of good ones coming out this year. And I'm going to go right down the list of how they basically rank them. And we're going to go right down. So first of all, let's start with a guy that a lot of the analysts are saying possibly could go very early. Let's talk about Tristan Wirfs. Mike, if you have anything on him, I'll let you start it off.
Tristan Wirfs from Iowa, 6'5", 320. I'm seeing him in mock drafts going as early as 4. Some of these mock drafts, which I wouldn't take him at 4. I think Giants are picking 4, right? I think Simmons is the way to go at 4. But that's a debate for another day. Some of his strengths are he's extremely athletic for his size. He ran a good 40. But then other than that, he struggles at blocking speed rushers. He's got his flaws just like every lineman. I feel like all the linemen are going to struggle in the NFL to start because you see weaker pass rushers in the college football than you do in the NFL. But, the analysts like him.
Look, I studied him. He was the first one I looked at. Yeah, I was hearing his name around. And to me, 6'5", 320. His arms are 34 inches. Arms is huge for a lineman. Had the best combine out of all of them. Ran a 4.85, benched 24 times. That's better than a lot of the other guys. Look, here's the thing about Tristan Wirfs. He is a better run blocker than a pass blocker.
Yep.
His IQ's not the greatest. His footwork's not the greatest. He's an he's an athlete. Let me tell you, he's a stud of an athlete.
The problem is in the class.
Oh yeah, definitely for his size, he's crazy. Yeah. The thing is that I'm not a fan of his blocking or his IQ. It seems like if you make him a guard, which is very possible for some of these teams, if they swap him to guard, he'll be half decent. But as a tackle, I rank him as one of my least prospects. He's not a tackle. I don't think he'll succeed as a tackle. I think if you put him in as an interior lineman, a guard specifically, I feel like he'll be much better.
NFL teams want to switch him to guard. There's already been talks. They said they'd rather him play guard. So we'll just see. It all depends on what he wants to do.
So there's that. Now let's go to the next one, Jedrick Wills. Go ahead.
Jedrick Wills, Alabama, 6'4", 312. Anybody from Alabama is always going to be a solid pick just because of that system, Nick Saban's system. He is a greatly scouted player. There's another guy that's supposed to go early. I'm seeing a lot of mock drafts have the Cardinals taking him. He's a great run blocker. He's more of a run blocker than he's a pass blocker. He's another good athlete. He just needs to improve his pass blocking to be able to succeed at the next level.
Yep. No, again, now we look at I'll put it this way, okay? Jedrick Wills is my guy. As an offensive tackle, this is the best guy in the class, in my opinion. 6'4", 312, not the biggest guy, not that, 6'7" like Mekhi Becton, which is absolutely insane, 370 almost pounds. That's insane. This guy needs to work on his run blocking. His pass blocking is not bad already for...
His weakness is his pass blocking. He gets beat on inside moves.
He did start a little bit, but he recovers. If you watch again, his footwork...
He's a dominant run blocker.
Mike, I'm telling you, I sat down, I watched all these guys. He's a much better. He's not as good as a run blocker as Andrew Thomas.
Not as Andrew Thomas, but he's a better run blocker than he is a pass blocker.
I'm telling you, watch. He's a good pass blocker. He has great toughness. His IQ is phenomenal. His footwork's good. What he does good is this. He passes, as an offensive tackle, your first move is a step back. He does allow guys to get inside, but he has the footwork to recover and to make that pass block. His toughness is amazing. His IQ, he knows when to switch it from him and pass it off to the guard. In my opinion, this guy is by far the best tackle coming out of the draft. I guarantee I don't care what the analysts say. You watch his film, his pass blocking is very good. I would almost rank it. Well, I do rank it the best coming out of the draft.
It's just listed as his strengths and weaknesses. He is known as a better run blocker than he is a pass blocker. I'm not saying that coming onto a team week 1, that's going to be the case. But I'm just saying that is what is stated. That is what I've watched and what I've known.
Yeah, but that's what analysts say too, and I don't listen to any what they. I just watch it myself, and what I saw was he's a better pass blocker than anyone in this draft, and his run blocking was a little hesitant. If I had to, I'll watch it again, but I'm telling you, I want to redo that one.
He is a dominant run blocker.
Not as good as the next guy, but here we go. Next guy, Andrew Thomas. Go ahead.
Andrew Thomas was supposed to be the best lineman in this draft, and his draft stock has dropped a little bit. 6'5", 315 from University of Georgia, right? Georgia?
Yeah.
Georgia. Yep. His strength is run blocking. He can play left tackle and right tackle. He's a good athlete, but he just struggles against the speed rushers. Not going to be the fastest guy, and his footwork gets sloppy on occasion.
Yeah, his footwork's not the best, like you said. His IQ is not as good. I would say that he definitely has more toughness than Jedrick Wills. But the thing that definitely pops out to me here is he would be better as a right tackle. See, Jedrick Wills, from what I saw, was a better pass blocker than Andrew Thomas. Run blocking is something that Andrew Thomas dominates his draft in. He is the best run blocking tackle coming out of this draft. He attacks the guys, doesn't sit back, has really crazily long arms, 36 inches. He extends them. Powerful, right? Very powerful.
He was going to be the first one taken for a while. I don't know why his stock is dropping.
Why he dropped? Because, again, as a tackle, you got to have great pass blocking, and that's what he does not possess is the incredible pass. I do feel like he's a better pass blocker than than Wirfs and than Mekhi Becton. But we'll go over those two next. We already went into Wirfs, but let's go into Mekhi Becton now. Go ahead.
All right, Mekhi Becton is from Louisville, 6'7", 365. He's a freak. He's just a freak. He is built like a freak. I read something one time. I'm pretty sure he only has like 17% body fat or something ridiculous like that as an offensive lineman. That's just crazy to even think about. And he doesn't move like he's as big as he is. He moves good. He's just a great athlete. He's good in the run game.
Yeah,
that's about it. I think he's going to struggle against elite pass rushers, but I think they're all going to struggle against elite pass rushers.
Look, here we go again. 6'7", 365, has bigger arms, right? Look, something about him is he's a pure raw prospect. This guy is a raw prospect. If you ever seen one, his run blocking, his pass blocking, a little shaky. Better. This guy again. What I've saw. Okay, again, I don't look what everyone tells me or. His run blocking was better than his pass blocking.
No, yes, I
from what I saw.
I agree with you.
His pass blocking is very sloppy in a way. Because the way he throws people, he's so big, he just throws people. He uses his pure strength. He needs to learn the position yet. He still needs to learn this. As soon as he gets a good coach that shows him how to properly pass block and run block, this guy will be dominant. He's the most raw prospect of a tackle coming out of this draft. Ran a 5'1". Almost 370 pounds, and the man ran a 5'1" at 6'7". Absolutely insane.
Man. The lineman's never going to need to run a 40.
Does it? No. Know what they do? There's something called a 10-yard split in the 40. And after 10 yards, they cut it off to show their explosiveness after the first 10 yards. That's what they usually study. They do have that. I didn't have that up, but still a 5'1" is incredible. And to me, if I have to, here's the ranking for tackles real fast. My one is Jedrick Wills. I feel like he'll be dominant all around. And my number 2 would be Thomas, Becton, then Wirfs. I know that's not what you probably any of us here. I mean, let's hear your ranking after this if you have one.
Yeah.
But a lot of the experts say, Wirfs 1, Wills 2, Becton 3, Thomas 4. No, that's wrong.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Andrew Thomas, just because of what we said. I think that he's being slept on, dropping down in the draft. I think he's gonna be a good player. And I like the big dude.
Yep, Mekhi Becton, yeah. Look, the one last thing I want to say, 2 reasons why Andrew Thomas is dropping and nobody else is. His pass blocking is not good, and as a tackle, you need it. And B is called gap exchange, when they run a stunt. So when 2 guys cross, one that lines up here and the other one lines up here, and they cross, who'll get stuck on one and leave the other guy, and they'll go right around them. That's why Thomas is dropping. He's not the smart. He needs to learn to not totally stick with one guy as a tackle on a pass block. Yeah. Go ahead. What was that?
He needs to learn the game of football. He needs to learn who to pick up and who not to.
Yeah, just his IQ is a little questionable. All right, here we go. I study mostly tackles, offensive tackles. Here's interior linemen.
It's hard to talk about a guard. It's hard.
It's hard to see them. Yeah, it's hard to watch inside. But let's start off here. There's a few names that I have listed. You might have one that I might miss because, again, I didn't really study this part of it. Let's start with Tyler Biadasz. Do you see him on your board?
Tyler. He's way down there. He's supposed to be the 75th pick.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the first in the beginning. But go ahead. Let's see what they say about him.
I think his main thing is power and run blocking. He's 6'4", 315 out of Wisconsin. He's a great run blocker, quality power, and he's a very aware lineman.
Yeah. No, to me, again, I give him B's across the board in every area: run blocking, pass blocking, toughness, IQ, and footwork. Look, he's just a guy that you can plug in. He's actually a center, I'm pretty sure, an interior lineman. He's going to get the job done inside, from what I saw. As we go to the next one, Cesar Ruiz.
Cesar Ruiz, I believe he's a center too, isn't he?
Yep, he is too. Yep.
He's from Michigan. Yeah, 6'3", 307. Is not the biggest guy, but I mean, as a center, you don't really need him to be any bigger than that. I think he's a pretty athletic guy. Let's see what I've written down. They just say he's a solid anchor on the line. Some of his weaknesses are he's not as powerful as they would like him to be. He's not that great when he's being rushed.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's him. I didn't really study these guys personally. There is one guy I do want to mention. When I get to him, I'll mention him. Let's hear the next one. Do you know anything about Solomon Kinley?
Solomon Kinley.
You see him?
I have nothing written down. He is the 125th ranked player.
Yeah, again, he was ranked in the beginning third, but go ahead. Anything about him at all or no?
They say he's a powerful guy. He's good at moving people around. He's from Georgia too. He's 6'3", 337. Some of his weaknesses, he does not move well laterally. Needs to get better. Moving quickly off the line. They say his first move is slow.
Very stiff. Yeah. All right. Anybody I'm missing that you have on the top of your board that is clearly not on here? I got one guy I want to mention still, but
let me see, bro. Hold on, wait. Who have we mentioned already?
We mentioned Tyler Biadasz, Cesar Ruiz, and Solomon Kinley.
Did we mention Austin Jackson?
They got him listed as an offensive tackle.
Do they?
Yeah, he's pretty good too. He's one of the sleepers that we didn't mention. Here's offensive tackle. Let's go back real fast. Offensive tackles that I did not mention that are worthy of mentioning: Austin Jackson, Josh Jones, and Prince Tega Wanahaga. Those are the three guys that we did not mention. Or interior. Who else do you have listed? I know you just have them listed as offensive lineman.
That was all of them, yeah.
Here's one guy I want to mention. Go ahead.
There's not much we can say about interior alignment. This is going to be people might find this video a little boring, but there's not much we can say about him. Once
their players get drafted, they're going to want to come to this video and watch. Here's a guy right here that I think is absolutely insane that a lot of people should look into. The guy's name is Natane Muti. Look, this guy right here, look, he's not high on many boards. See if you can find him real fast.
No, I have him on here. He's from Fresno, 6'3", 315. He
is tough.
He's not a big guy, but he plays with stronger power than you would think he has. He's a hustler. He's got a strong grip, and he's a good mover. He will push the pile. He is a good mover. He will move the defensive line. This guy, one thing I know about him is he plays with so much heart. He will literally run you into the ground. He will hurt you. That's the thing with Natane Muti. His size, but if you have a heart like this guy has, that he'll make up for that.
Yeah, no, one of the kids in my school that does a lot of reporting too. He mentioned this guy to me. I turned on the film, and he was automatically. If you want to watch a fun lineman, type in Natane Muti and look at his film. It's really fun to watch. Awesome player. I can't wait to see what he can do. That's really it. I mean, if you guys have any questions about linemen, let us know in the comment section below. We'll help you guys out. If you have any big names that we did not mention, we'll look at them and let you guys know what we think. But again, from what we saw, these are the main guys. Tackles, again, I want to go over. My top tackle is definitely Jedrick Wills. Then Andrew Thomas. I'm going with Mekhi Becton, worse.
Andrew Thomas is my top one.
Yep.
Then Becton, and then Wills.
The only problem I got with Thomas is his pass blocking. I'm a little nervous with that. And then we look at interior linemen. And again, I mentioned Tyler, Caesar. My favorite, if you want somebody with some attitude, you bring in Natane Muti. Yep. I'm a big fan of him.
Yep. All right, I think that's all.
Besides that, that's really it. Yeah. Yes, I know now Nichi 4x4 it.
Mike D 3213.
From Weird Sports Game of the Best is yet to come. Peace.